In a quiet, dusty market, a wise seller leans in to share an intriguing tale with a curious customer. The story is about a special sword that, a long time ago, brought a harmful curse to its user. A skilled warrior named Kim Shin faced a deceitful plot that led to his execution. Strangely, he transformed into a demon called a Dakebi, gifted with eternal life. Only a chosen bride could see the hidden sword in his heart. The prophecy claimed that retrieving this sword would bring peace to the demon in the afterlife. For almost 1,000 years, the cursed Kim Shin wandered the earth, seeking the special girl who could set him free. The old woman finishes her story, offering a mysterious piece of advice to the young listener, urging her to pray when facing life and death. This leaves the customer puzzled. Kim Shin travels through different times, eager to help humanity. Memories of a troubled military past haunt him, where he couldn't always protect those he cared about. Our journey now takes us to the present day, where Kim Shin navigates the modern world, awaiting the prophesied bride. In the busy city, he encounters his constant foe, the Grim Reaper, a guide to the afterlife. To avoid suspicion, Kim Shin has to change his home often. This time, he settles in a big house in Seoul, thanks to an old landlord who has known the demon for years. The landlord introduces Kim Shin to his grandson, warning the boy about the ageless nature of his new friend. The old man predicts a long friendship, hinting at the deep connection between Kim Shin and the boy. Looking at the child, Kim Shin recalls his ancient mentor, an ancestor who devotedly served the demon. The mentor promised that all his descendants would serve Kim Shin until the demon's bride would release the boy's soul. With his initial ally by his side, Kim Shin left his homeland. Their dangerous journey took them through risky landscapes, with the demon protecting himself and the boy using a sacred sword. While contemplating his tough fate, Kim Shin unintentionally got involved in a human drama. Despite being forbidden to change mortals' destinies, he witnessed an accident from his rooftop spot. Touched by the prayers of the injured pregnant girl, he broke the rules and brought her back to life. When the Grim Reaper came, only footprints were left, and flowers bloomed, a clear sign of demonic involvement. Determined to restore balance, the Reaper pledged to find the victims and guide them to paradise. Months later, a girl was born, marked as the demon bride. On Jae-eun-tak's 8th birthday, she learned about her mother's death, and her ability to see ghosts allowed them a heartfelt farewell. Unaware, the young demon bride became the target of the Grim Reaper. However, a wise old vendor intervened, advising Eun-tak to stay with her unpleasant relatives to avoid the Reaper's attention. For the next 10 years, Jae-eun-tak lived in hiding, dealing with ghosts and being seen as strange by those around her. She avoided spirits, surviving in anonymity. Then one day, she met Kim Shin on the street, and the demon recognized her as his destined bride. Throughout the evening, Kim Shin pondered the unexpected meeting, interrupted by an old assistant. The assistant handed Kim Shin relocation papers, diverting suspicion from the ageless neighbor. Kim Shin, deep in thought about his never-ending life, worried about the upcoming move and the troublesome assistant. Meanwhile, Jae-eun-tak, caught up in serving her unpleasant relatives, had little time for reflection. Her days were filled with endless chores and responsibilities. On her 18th birthday, she seized a rare moment to escape, skipping school to find solace by the sea. Blowing out birthday candles, in an odd twist of fate, an unknown force compelled the demon to appear at the pier, gifting the birthday girl with a bouquet of flowers. Baffled by the summoning, Kim Shin confessed he heard all of Jae-eun-tak's wishes and predicted a future where she would bid farewell to her unpleasant relatives, find a good job, and even get a boyfriend. Upon returning home, the demon found an unexpected guest in the living room, the Grim Reaper. The young assistant had already rented the house, assuming Kim Shin would soon leave. A heated argument unfolded, forcing them to reluctantly share a house. The next day, Jae-eun-tak faced job rejections in the city, seemingly arranged by the demon. Confused and frustrated, she unintentionally summoned Kim Shin with her thoughts. However, a surprising discovery awaited her as she held his hand, feeling the intense burn of blue fire. Kim Shin struggled to understand the mystery when Eun-tak revealed her childhood nickname, the Demon Bride, given by ghosts. She kept her ability to see the sword a secret when challenged by Kim Shin to prove her supernatural powers. Attempting to escape his curious companion, the demon found himself chased through a spatial passage, landing them in Canada. As they explored the city, Eun-tak began considering the idea of falling in love with her newfound friend, dreaming of becoming his wife one day. Meanwhile, the Grim Reaper sought permission to transport Eun-tak to another realm and dealt with new clients, including the man who tragically ran over Jai Eun-tak's mother. In Canada, Eun-tak discovered a picture of the demon in a cemetery, revealing the puzzle of Kim Shin's extended lifespan. Returning to Seoul, she prepared for the challenges ahead, while the demon grappled with the mystery of her ability to travel through the magical passageway. Unaware, miracles continued in Eun-tak's life, with a radiant stranger offering her a bag of spinach that brought unexpected peace to her chaotic family. The next day, Jai Eun-tak's wishes began to come true as she landed a job at a cafe. Excited, she summoned the demon, prompting Kim Shin to wear his best outfit. This drew playful banter from the Grim Reaper. The demon's melancholy triggered rain in the city, affecting Eun-tak's boss. Seeking guidance, the boss consulted a fortune teller, predicting an encounter with a man in a black hat. Coincidentally, the Grim Reaper decided to take his hat to the cleaners, meeting Jai Eun-tak on the way. Elated, he thought he could finally take her away. But Kim Shin intervened, revealing the truth. Eun-tak wasn't the demon's bride. Reluctantly, the Grim Reaper left, and Kim Shin revealed to Jai Eun-tak that he missiled his friend to protect her. The revelation left the couple heartbroken, barely holding back tears as they parted ways. Eun-tak avoided her recent companion for several days, hoping to forget him. Meanwhile, Kim Shin grappled with his suffering, casting dark clouds over the city and unleashing a thunderstorm as a manifestation of his emotional turmoil. His nephew and the Grim Reaper offered assistance, advising Kim Shin on finding Jai Eun-tak. Motivated, Kim Shin embarked on a quest to locate her. However, upon reaching his friend's house, he encountered the Grim Reaper, also determined to find his intended victim. To their surprise, Eun-tak had moved, avoiding their peculiar friends. Unable to find peace, Eun-tak sought counsel from the ghosts that had haunted her. The lost souls revealed the truth about her birth, confirming her identity as the true bride of the demon. Torn between not interfering and concern for Eun-tak's safety, Kim Shin contemplated staying away. Trouble found Eun-tak when dangerous creditors took her to a forest, seeking information about a significant insurance policy linked to her mother's death. Unable to reach out to her, Eun-tak sensed her fiancé might be her only hope. Kim Shin, with the Grim Reaper, rushed to her rescue. Gangsters tried to run them down, but the demon intervened, freeing Eun-tak and compelling the criminals to face justice. Surprisingly, Eun-tak spared the gangsters' lives, insisting the demon ensure they faced lawful consequences. They returned to the city, and Kim Shin invited Jai Eun-tak to dinner, but their conversation failed as she escaped, frustrated by her friend's temper. Despite the challenges, the demon persisted in helping her. Now, Kim Shin turned his attention to teaching Eun-tak's unpleasant relatives a lesson. Using his magical abilities, he showered them with gold bars, causing chaos as they scrambled to protect their newfound wealth. To monitor their madness, the demon retreated to a cafe, where he stumbled upon a young artist on TV, an uncanny likeness of his past enemy. Seeking vengeance, he urged the Grim Reaper to take action. As Eun-tak cruised through the city, memories of joyous moments with the demon flooded her thoughts. Kim Shin couldn't forget his friend, and they continued to endure shared suffering. Regretting discarding the Canadian leaf, Eun-tak returned to the store and encountered a new friend, the demon's nephew, who had purchased the book containing her talisman. Informed of his grandson's actions, Kim Shin alerted the chairman about the heir's concerning behavior. With her first paycheck, Eun Tak bought food but accidentally burned it, unwittingly summoning the demon. An argument ensued around her being the demon's bride. Attempting to delve deeper, Kim Shin took her to a cafe, but she remained reticent about the sword. The Grim Reaper joined the conversation, attempting to compel Eun Tak to see the blade in his friend's heart, but it proved futile. Seeking solace, Kim Shin orchestrated the romance of two strangers and later confessed that they would serve as each other's punishment. In response, Eun Tak declared that if she couldn't be his fiancée, they should part ways. However, an inexplicable force prevented her from going far, anchoring her close to the demon. The nephew, suspecting the second friend's identity as an angel of death, faced the grandfather's wrath, resulting in eviction from the house. Undeterred, the young man decided to sell the bestowed building, but encountered resistance from a realtor who offered him an unexpected job opportunity. The demon and the reaper visited the store, where the angel of death confided in his rival, expressing his decision not to take Eun Tak. He hoped that she would eventually see the sword, prompting Kim Shin to depart from the mortal realm. In response, the demon acknowledged a newfound peace and planned to leave in 2 days. Despite his intentions, a visit to Eun Tak's house resulted in another argument, leaving the demon disappointed as he sadly left to pack his belongings. The peddler re-entered the narrative, this time offering assistance to the reaper. She provided a piece of jewelry that sparked a romantic connection between the angel of death and the cafe owner. For the first time, the usually reserved Grim Reaper gathered the courage to approach a girl, though his behavior appeared peculiar to Sang-hee, the cafe owner. Sang-hee eagerly waited by the phone after leaving her number for the mysterious stranger. Eun Tak attempted to console her landlady, only to discover that her relatives had seized the deposit and vacated the apartment. Despite recalling the demon's promises from their initial meeting, failures continued to plague Eun Tak, both at home and school. The girl refrained from calling her lover, causing him to worry and confide in the Reaper about his unrequited love for the mysterious girl. Desperate for advice, Eun Tak visited the wharf to talk to her mother's spirit. As rain fell over her, the girl turned around to find Kim Shin standing there. She offered him her Canadian sheet, but the demon revealed that this marked their final meeting as he prepared to leave. As the impending separation weighs on both the angel of death and the demon, an unexpected doorbell interrupts their melancholy. To their surprise, Eun Tak stands on the doorstep, delivering a revelation that shocks the demon. She has been seeing the sword all along. Following Eun Tak's revelation about being the demon's fiancée, she anxiously awaits an explanation of their next steps. However, Kim Shin struggles to comprehend his emotions. Instead of reveling in the joy of his dream coming true, he fears that death will send an angel after him. Observing his uncertainty, Eun Tak proposes an alternative solution. They could move to a spacious house, start a family, and live happily ever after. Though hesitant, the demon allows Eun Tak to move in, and the old man mandates his grandson to fulfill any requests from their new guest. Delighted with her own room, Eun Tak's joy contrasts with the demon's need to take medication to cope with the latest developments. The Grim Reaper joins the peculiar household, and the chairman's grandson grapples with the challenges of managing this unique company. Soon, they find themselves mired in new symptoms of depression and constant bickering. During the journey to school, the chairman's grandson reflects on his encounter with Eun Tak at the bookstore. Curious about the fate of her relatives, he queries her, unaware that her aunt is being arrested by the police for reselling stolen bullion. Despite the relocation, Eun Tak still sees the demon infrequently, leading to her deep yearning for him. Desiring his attention, she sits beneath his door, hoping he'll notice. Eventually, Eun Tak summons the demon by blowing out dozens of candles, confessing that she kept silent about the sword out of fear that he would avoid her. In an attempt to reconcile with her friend, Kim Shin invites her for a walk. However, the demon indulges in too much drink, turning the walk into a humorous and romantic escapade. On the verge of confessing the potential consequences of Eun-tak pulling out her sword, the demon hesitates and instead conjures flowers in the midst of fall. Struggling with courage, he refrains from revealing the weighty truth. Saying he continues to wait anxiously for a call from the mysterious stranger. Adorning herself with makeup, she revisits the place where they first met, immersed in thoughts. The angel of death, seeing her face in everyone, contemplates the situation. Eun-tak faces the taunts of her classmates once again, but this time, her familiar spirits come to her defense, making it challenging for her detractors. In an attempt to shield her from both bullies and ghosts, Kim Shin removes Eun-tak from the class. The demon then takes her back to Canada and treats her to an upscale restaurant. Initially planning to divulge the truth about the sword and his future, Kim Shin refrains, opting instead to enjoy a beautiful day with Eun-tak, realizing that he has experienced his first love.